From the creators of Relevant Magazine, this is the Relevant Podcast.
It's Friday, June 29th, 2018, and it's the Relevant Podcast.
June 29th. We're blowing through the summer, aren't we, Cameron?
Yeah, this weekend's the halfway point of the year. I'm your host, Cameron Strang, here with me in our Orlando studios, Eddie Big Cat Kaufholz.
Yes, so nice to see you.
Joining us yet again, filling in for Annie F. Downs, Mr. Andre Henry.
Yo.
Here in the studio. I love it when we have a full room like this.
So many people, when I was on vacation, I think thought that Andre and I were the same person because we never appeared in the same room together.
That's right. Yeah.
I started that rumor, actually.
Right. And I was honored to be mistaken for you.
I've been telling people that I am Eddie's very good impression of a Jamaican American man.
Yes, and I accept that.
I know that
and
doesn't make
honor
Eddie
that.
look good, but it's just been fun to tell people.
I mean, he's your doppelganger. Of course he looks good.
We look exactly alike.
Samesies.
Over there on the ones and twos, our illustrious producer, my brother, Chandler Strang.
Hello.
And on the Skype line from Loverland, Virginia, Jesse Carey.
Hello. We're deep into summer, aren't we, Eddie?
Yeah, we're deep into it. And Jesse, I got to say, over the last couple of weeks, your very famous Hello is starting to take a little bit of a shift.
Really?
Because for years 0 through, what are we at?
13?
13?
Who knows?
It's been hello.
Lord knows.
August 2005 was the beginning of this podcast. So it's been 13 years next month.
It's always been hello.
Okay.
But now it's
So the
becoming a little
inflection
more-
has changed, is what you're
a
saying.
little more labored.
A little more
All right,
labor.
give me an early years. Give me an early years. Hello. Because it's like the two Darrens on Bewitched, a very dated cultural reference for some reason. Give me Darren 1.
Cameron, give me the Jesse
And all
intro.
the way from Loverland, Virginia, Jesse Carey.
Hello. That's Jesse up until...
Give me new Darren. Give me new Darren.
Go for it, Jesse.
And all the way from Loverland, Virginia, Jesse Carey.
Hello. It's just really sad and labored.
weight
I
of the
think
world
the
on his
example should have
shoulders,
been
man.
the two Aunt Vivians. That's only slightly less dated.
Yes.
It's only slightly less dated. Hey, we're almost to 4th of July, and not only too far ahead of ourselves, but next week's show, Indie Rock Banner Firework. I'm already prepping in real life. Cameron, do you have any real life fireworks plans this year?
No.
You have a great launching zone because
that's true. There's
like
a
the
lake
hazards
now.
of you hitting the house at your new property are a lot less than, because you got some water there as a buffer.
I moved into this house and it's just under construction right now because it's a fixer upper and we're in the middle of the fixer part. It is definitely not upper yet. And I was gonna have a big party, have friends over, lake day, pool day. It'd be a lot of fun, but I mean, it's just the house is just so torn up right now. I'm not gonna do it. So if I'm shooting out fireworks, it's just gonna be me sitting there by myself, just.
I gotta tell you though,
It's so sad.
isn't that kind of
I'll
fun?
say this: fireworks is one of the few activities that you get just as much enjoyment out of doing it completely alone than you do with a crowd of people.
That's
like
true.
it's still a thrill, you know.
Dude, when we were up in Montana last year, you told the story of finding that sketch fireworks stand in the middle of an Indian reservation in Montana.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And we set those off. Jesse, this year, the week I was just there last week, same thing. Went back to the stand, got a couple $100 worth of fireworks. They were very unsafe fireworks. You know, like getting like you get the name brand ones like the Black Cats and the tent ones. There's labels on them. These are almost like they have some of those. But then there's like homemade fireworks that he's selling.
And they're literally made, and the only reason I know this is because I talked to the guy who made them. He makes them for people to blow up old appliances with.
Yeah.
Like, this one's the washing machine exploder. And it's like, why do you call that? Because you drop it in a washing machine in a field, light it. And it's like, you're really blowing up appliances. These are like bombs.
That's the sort of July 4th
These are
I want to have,
IEDs
though.
you're making.
And he's unable to understand metaphor. It really is a washing machine.
literal.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is like here in Florida, I don't know, everybody has different fireworks laws. Here in Florida, they loosened them up a few years ago. Because remember, we basically only had like poppers and sprinklers for, sparklers for a while.
That's right.
And now you can get the stuff that like goes up there and does like the real deal. I mean, you can get those huge ones, but they are not at the level of the Montana ones that are available.
Yeah. I don't believe in, I don't believe in fireworks laws. I just ignore them because, I'm an American and I believe in the Constitution and freedom. So I think any explosive you can concoct, you should be able to light off on your property. That's just the American way.
I mean, Floridians used to drive up to South Carolina and Tennessee because the second you cross the border, there's huge fireworks stands for the Floridians and Georgia residents who
and by the second you cross the border, like literally, you're driving and you see this huge.
It's an oasis of fireworks stands.
It's crazy.
Huge stores.
Yeah, this is the one time a year that guy in Montana doesn't get in a massive amount of trouble for the things that he's soldering together in his basement. Right? Like, it's like, oh yeah, it's all 4th of July.
And when you say basement, it literally is a basement. Like, it feels like this is either like where he makes his homemade fireworks or like some sort of weird dungeon down there. But, he literally has a spot where he just concocts things, where he invents new types of fireworks. It's a real thrill to go down there because you feel like any slight spark would just light the whole place on fire. You all die in a massive explosion, but it's pretty impressive.
Right. When you go down there, you ask the guy, like, why do you have so many maps of major cities everywhere?
No. Why'd you go there? Why'd you go there?
He's just like, 4th of July. It's 4th of July.
This is where I distribute to.
Yeah, I'm selling 4th of July fireworks.
This is our distribution network.
Yeah, let's just not ask questions, okay? Buy a washing machine exploder. It's so fun.
I just realized I had coming on July 4th. We're going to take this up a notch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And by up a notch, literally, I'm going to get a drone and I'm going to fly fireworks up and shoot them from the drone. It's going to be awesome.
And also, aren't you on a body of water?
Uh-huh.
Well, now you have the ability to make a firework barge. Right out into the middle of the water. Let it go and see what happens.
But do they like string them together? So it's like boom, 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 boom. You light it once and it goes, or do I have to go out on the barge with it?
I don't know the answer, but I do know that you cannot go out on the barge with it. That's the only thing.
Cameron, you do. And here's the thing, great thing about a fireworks barge. Okay. You do go out on it. Worst case scenario, things start to get a little hairy. You just jump off. You just do deep dive like a Schwarzenegger movie. Like you're diving under the water and the water on top of you is on fire.
You know what I'm thinking? I have an old canoe that a neighbor was throwing away, and I've fixed up. I redid the fiberglass on it, whatever. Yeah. I could use that as a barge. I also have a stand-up paddleboard I could use. I could just float it out there
and shoot a flaming arrow into it, and see, put it out in the water, shoot a flaming
Viking
arrow,
style.
What's that?
Viking style.
Viking style.
Yeah. Play the Braveheart soundtrack and just start shooting flaming arrows, and you get it out there and. Next thing you know,
that is perfect.
You got a whole
Here's
party.
the thing: you get a paddleboard, and you just duct tape as many fireworks to the surface of it as possible in no discernible pattern. It's just a giant pile of gunpowder.
Don't even take it out of the shrink wrap of the big package. Just lay packages on top of each other in a Jenga style.
You don't even open them. It's just a giant floating pile of fireworks. You slowly push the paddleboard out, and then you and Cohen just start flinging those flaming arrows out there.
And you got to say to Cohen, before we start this, hey, before I light this, I need you to know how much I care for you, and you're just a really good boy.
Yeah,
let's do this. Because you want to say a couple of
meaningful father-son things,
or final,
final things,
whatever it ends up being.
Right,
it's going to be important that you just take a beat before you light it on fire.
Well, I did when I was in Montana last week. I did shoot a bow and arrow. When we were out fishing.
Oh wow!
A couple of the guys started doing bow fishing. I've never seen this before. Wow. There's these big carp that they were they could see them through the water.
Yeah,
and they would take a bow and arrow and go for it.
Did they catch many?
They caught none, but I learned a lot about bow hunting, and a lot of them there's a long string tied to the bow, so you shoot it into the water. If you miss, you just pull it back up, do it again. Mm-hmm. I could do that with the fireworks. Just light on fire, shoot. If I have a misfire or something like that, just pull it back, do it again.
The real risk is overshooting. That you don't know the strength of your own bow, and you shoot that flaming arrow clear across the lake into somebody's house.
You just hear it
like someone's sitting on their couch watching TV. All of a sudden, the window breaks and a flaming arrow shoots and then you see Cameron across the lake. Him and Cohen slowly but very swiftly walking backwards back into their house.
Yeah, you just hear a single
go Cohen.
A single low meow come from the house, and you're like, oh god.
They see Cameron chucking a bow and arrow into the reeds and walking back into his house.
If I've learned anything from playing with fire as a child, things like that do happen, and you do run.
No,
so
that's
I'll
right.
just have to teach Cohen the escape maneuver.
Cameron, there's one other thing I want to talk to you. I know we got a lot coming up today. We got Hillsong Young and Free.
Hillsong Young and Free's coming up.
New album. We got to talk to
Listener of the
them.
week.
Listener of the week slices. But one thing I want to talk about is you recently invested in some relevant swag for the staff there.
I did.
And I really want one of these items. Real quick, before I talk about why I want one, can you describe what these are?
Well, Florida, every day in the summer, people think the Sunshine State. That is not reality. It's the Sunshine State until 4 p.m.
Right.
And then it's black skies, torrential downpours for anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours. And then it clears up.
Yep.
And it breaks the humidity and it cools everything down because of the water on the hot pavement. And then you have relatively nice evenings during the summer. But up until 4 o'clock, humid, awful, torrential downpour. Well, lately the 4 o'clock thing has been turned into like 5 o'clock, and it's been torrential downpours when relevant staff is going home for the day.
Right.
And we were downtown, so we have people parking at parking garages all over downtown. So there's 3, 4, 5 block walks in torrential downpours. I'm not okay with this. So I invested for the entire staff in buying everybody umbrellas. And so we got these big black golf umbrellas, really nice, with a relevant on them. And right before we record this podcast, I just gave them all out. And we have umbrellas for everybody.
Yes. I got one, Jesse. It's absolutely beautiful umbrella. It's like a perfect gentleman's umbrella.
Well, I wanted to get
what I was thinking. It's a gentleman's umbrella.
I wanted to get the
lovely.
one that's like cane length, cane height, and I wanted to get one with the curved wood handle, the hook, because we have in the hallway going to the restrooms, we have coat hooks. And you don't need coats in Florida. So I thought I need to get curved handle umbrellas so we can hang extra umbrellas there for everybody in case they forgot the umbrella that day, right? Yeah. So they turned out to be very classy. They're black with the white relevant, with a wood handle. They're beautiful.
Yeah, they're
Well, here's what I want. I need to like gentleman up my life a little. Like I feel like I need a little bit more Mary Poppins whimsy in my life. So here's what I'm picturing.
You are Mr. Banks.
I will never be without the umbrella, and I'm kind of doing like a little chimney sweep stroll a lot of the time with using the umbrella for cane-like purposes because it's pretty sunny around here. I'd be rarely opening the umbrella except for when I like paint a swirly pattern and try to hypnotize someone with it. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
That move.
Yeah.
The Charlie Chaplin. Yeah.
Yeah, I will be doing a lot of gesturing with it, like at the grocery store, like or on the menu. I'll point to things on the menu with my umbrella, and I'll say, "You, sir," and I'll poke someone with the umbrella. I need your service here. It's made for wild gesturing. I will also open doors with the hook end. Always open. I only use it. It's as if I don't have hands anymore. I will use the umbrella for all my grabbing and gesturing.
Well, and parenting, because if the child runs around, you can just hook their head. You just hook them, and you can whack them with it.
Yeah,
and I won't need a TV remote anymore either because I'm just I'm going to go to Best Buy and look at TVs and I'm like adjusting the volume with my giant umbrella poking things.
Yeah, so the umbrellas, they are for staff and visitors only. But
and me. I fall somewhere in the
spectrum,
right? Yeah,
you're on the umbrella spectrum.
I get the swag, which I like.
Do you have the relevant corksicle?
I love it.
It's a great.
It is my daily drinker.
Drinking device.
Yes.
Look at this. Trying to step up our swag game.
I'm also a fairly branded person though at this point because I'm like, of course I'm gonna everything I wear or not wear, but like everything I use, all my little accessories, all relevant, and I'll take it.
Okay.
I like it. No, it's a good thing.
Well, here's the other great thing is if you're entering into a big party, the umbrella with the hook thing is you can playfully trip someone violently and just take their foot out and everyone gets a good laugh. It's like, oh, the umbrella guy's here. You just tripped that guy. And you're just like gesturing by waving your umbrella at people. Hello. Umbrella man's here.
It's okay because he did it with an umbrella.
Do you dress normal like the normal? Are you changing your entire persona to become umbrella guy?
It's a slow evolution. It's not overnight. The umbrella is really the gateway drug into this lifestyle because it's not just a look; it's a lifestyle.
The next thing clearly is a fedora. I mean, you have to have a fedora.
I thought bowler hat.
Oh, bowler hat.
You don't think of the chimney sweep, Bert. Think of Mr. Banks who goes to the bank. Right, he's going.
Yeah,
he works at the bank. He's like,
It was a very on the nose naming that they did for the
I never actually realized that.
yeah.
You're very close from being like a whimsical, very respected Monopoly guy to Mr. Peanut. That's a line you have to walk. Because if you go to Mr. Peanut territory, no one wants to hang out with that guy. You're a joke.
There.
You are a joke.
Wait, so you're saying
You can't go Mr. Peanut.
Pocket watch. You're going to need a pocket watch in your
people
vest.
want to hang out with a Monopoly guy, but if you go Mr. Peanut, you're a joke?
You're a joke. No one takes you serious. No one takes Mr. Peanut seriously. He's a ridiculous peanut with a mom. No one wants to be. No one. If there's a real life Mr. Peanut, everyone's like, I mean, I guess that's cool as a novelty, but he's Mr. Peanut. Monopoly guy's like, this guy's got swag and class. He's a whole different type of human. I need to be around him.
All right. Well, like we said, coming up later, Hillsong Young and Free join us. They have a new album out today.
Oh.
Very exciting to have them on in such a timely manner. We also have Slices and our listener of the week.
I do love that. The show like stays so consistent over the years, but this has become a thing that's like,
You just never know.
Well, no. But it just has become like, it's such a great part of the show. Chandler, you're a terrible person.
It is either a
Chandler
hit or a
just-
big time miss.
Chandler just sits there very angrily.
Hey, I'll say
he's
this.
talking-
I'll
he's
say this.
talking-
House
to clean
listener
it
of the
up.
week, man. And I tell Chandler, strikes and gutters, man. Strikes and gutters.
So you all are hearing the behind the scenes of the guy who has to edit it.
Yeah,
that's
into
right.
finished form.
Make
because
it sound
some of
more direct.
Yeah,
to
that's
the
right.
point.
Some of the dud ones, or some of the ones that just go.
And they're not duds. They
Yeah, because somebody's sitting there going, was I one of the dads?
Right, but you don't know
exactly.
because
No,
the way
you definitely weren't.
The
They
way
all
Chandler
sound good.
the way Chandler crafts it is they're all great.
Yeah.
But they didn't all start out that way.
And in fairness, if this show was a completely unedited and just released show, it would be your ninth favorite podcast. Because it's like a pretty okay show and we're doing a good job. But Chandler definitely, like I already know, there's a couple things. Chandler's going to save that. I fall off a ledge, didn't have a punchline. It'll all be gone. Chandler takes care of things.
Never happened.
if you cut my Mr. Peanut material, so help me God, Chandler.
Oh my God.
I think that stuff was a keeper. So.
Jesse, it's
that's
pretty
good.
hard because I'm trying to work in a legume pun into that, and I feel like I need your help because I can't figure it out.
A legume pun.
Right? Because I wanted something immediately. I was trying to come up with what rhymes with legume. But anyhow.
All you got is Lagoon, and that's a stretch.
Yeah,
for
no,
any-
see, that's a stretch.
yeah.
So anyhow, whenever it happens on the show, anybody really, just please bring that up.
There you go. All right, but moving the show along, it's time for
Slices.
All right, what do you have, Jesse?
Well, I wanted to talk about a guy named Douglas Beavens, which, what a great name. Douglas Beavens.
Classic.
He is a
Beavens.
performance artist that he wanted to figure out a way to make some commentary about kind of all these expensive health food things that are kind of making their way around like high-end like outdoor markets. So he went to one of these markets in Vancouver and he promoted himself as the CEO of a brand new venture called Hot Dog Water. And what he did is he boiled 100 organic beef hot dogs and he got these really fancy looking water bottles that are, I'll describe them. They're like the Life Water bottles. They're clear cylinders with like a sleek gray top, and they say hot dog water unfiltered on them.
No.
But over the O's and hot and dog, there's a little squiggly line that means nothing, but it makes it look even more fancy. But in the water, it's a jar of water with a hot dog floating in it, but it's a very fancy jar. And he started just making outrageous claims about the health benefits of it. He said,
No.
So
It
here's
reminds
what
me
he
of
said.
hot
He
ham
said
water
because
from
hot dog
Arrested
water and perspiration resemble each other, so when you drink hot dog water, it bypasses the lymphatic system, whereas other waters go through your filtering system. So really, hot dog water has three times as much uptake as coconut water. So he just made up all these absurd facts. He told people that they rub it on their crow's feet or their wrinkles on their face, they will soon go away. So he made he also said it's keto compatible. So basically it's a takedown of like, trendy health stuff and diet trends. So he made 100 bottles and he put them on sale for $37.99.
What?
Or $75 if you buy two.
That is hilarious.
So you save $1 if you buy two. And he ended up selling 70 of these bottles of hot dog water at this marketplace for people who like to buy health food. He basically said, like, he wanted to think of a way to show the absurdity of all these ridiculous diet trends and things that like celebrities pitch as some kind of health revelation. So he said, art, I think, has a way of doing this better than like a public service announcement. There's an image attached to it, and that's ridiculous. But the ridiculous thing is, a lot of people were shelling out $40 for a giant bottle of hot dog water, hot dog included.
Do you think it was people who were in on the joke, some of them, or do you think all of them were like
who at a health
actually duped?
Farmer's place has a sense of humor? I mean, none of them are in on the joke.
Health farmers. I mean, I don't
like
know.
it was like
Maybe
it was one of
there's
those
some
farmers
random people who
market
think
thing.
It's funny. I've been to farmers.
Well,
farmers
he
market.
literally, he said the inspiration was when he was like, he was.
Have you been to Whole Foods?
You know,
Whole
looking
Foods.
at all
Nobody's
this stuff,
laughing
and
at
he
Whole
literally.
Foods.
I mean, that is a good point, but maybe there's someone. I don't know.
Well, it started with he like literally was at one of these things and he said, "I bet I could literally sell hot dog water," and that was his whole inspiration. Like if it's packaged the right way, and if the marketing claims said enough insane things that he could actually sell hot dog water, and he sold a ton of it.
I will say, aside from the hot dog inside of it, the bottle does look like one of those really like fancy high end water bottles. It's not like a normal water bottle.
And the idea that it's keto compatible. I mean, that's if you're on a protein only diet. I mean, that's great. That's great. Protein water.
But Chandler. Yeah, but that was his point. It was like if I just package this in a certain way, and if I use the right buzzwords, people will literally buy hot dog water. And he proved his point. I think it's brilliant. And I wouldn't have ever told people it was a joke. After I saw it was really selling, I'd be like, dude, I'm going to be all in on this hot dog water thing. I just made a few hundred bones selling hot dog water, you know?
70 times 40.
That's
I mean,
so
he made $2,800 that day.
Woo! Yeah.
Good for him. Bunch of hot dogs.
The mistake was coming clean as a joke. He just should have rode the wave as long as possible, right? You know.
Well, and you kind of have to go from farmers market to farmers market every week because you don't want a person who bought it last week knowing that you're going to be back next week and coming and confronting you.
Well, and if there's one thing that here's how I understand the pattern: it's farmers market, website, Shark Tank, Costco. Like that's the pattern. If they buy in on Shark Tank, then you're in Costco. But that's the kind of junk they sell on Shark Tank now. There's nothing cool anymore. It's some weird little, crab dip that they ended up selling at a farmer's market, and they want to get a place in a big box store. This guy could have done Shark Tank.
I don't watch Shark Tank at all because I have to deal with business decisions all day, all week. I don't want to go home Friday night and watch it out more. It stresses me out. But I caught a couple recently, and maybe it's the current era. And the show was significantly different than what I remembered it early on. Like before, it was businesses that these people would actually invest in and grow. Now it's like I have an invention idea, or
it's turned into a lot of that,
like a product to get into Costco, and it's like not the same. It's not a business. That's just literally a product that another business would carry.
I would listen to the Pitch podcast if you want like an actual like entrepreneurial business experience. They're doing it because Shark Tank has turned very commercially. Which probably, they understand. They're following the ratings. I made that way too deep and serious. Continue on, Cameron.
Have you ever seen The Prophet? Speaking of good business
yeah.
shows.
One.
Yeah,
That's
me
my
too.
favorite.
I DVR it.
Yeah.
Love that guy.
Do you really?
It's a fantastic show, The Prophet. It's on.
Yeah.
It's almost like a more legitimate version of what Shark Tank was. It's what's his name?
Marcus Lemonis.
Marcus, yeah. He uses his own money. He'll go and he'll find.
He made Camping World huge, right? Wasn't that the one? Yeah, he was like the CEO
he bought
or
like
something.
Good Sam Camping and all that, but he owns Camping World and Camping World Stadium and all that. That's all him.
Yeah, and a lot of other businesses too.
Yeah,
and so
hundreds.
he'll use his own money. He'll go in and find a business that needs, investment and turnaround, and he'll implement processes, resources, and turn it around. And then it's just fascinating to see the network of related businesses that he has. Because now that he has like retail outlets, he's now investing in a lot of fashion companies to create products to sell in his retail outlets,
Right.
and other it's just
And
fascinating.
he bought like a branding business. So now they do all of the branding and pop-up displays and everything. It's just very cool.
Yeah, stop giving if it's products and services I need, stop giving it, just paying other companies.
Yeah,
I'll just
I love
hire my
that,
own
yeah.
companies. But it's fascinating how, why is this business, which is doing a good product or service or whatever, why is it struggling? It's fascinating to watch how they kind of
Watch him
get to
turn
the-
it around, and he's right almost every time.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work out, it's because the people running the business he's trying to help. You know what I mean? Like not being able to.
But the good thing is so I've seen them all. So I was watching a kind of behind the scenes director's cut one
Yes.
of a previous one. And it was him and his exec producer talking about an episode, almost doing director's commentary. And so so I didn't know this watching the show. When he shows up and he's walking into the business for the first time and he introduces himself and he's meeting the people and he's asking questions about what they do, he knows nothing about the business.
Right.
So he's seen no financials. He doesn't know what they do. He doesn't know how much they make. He doesn't know if they're in debt. He knows nothing. The executive producer finds the businesses,
that's interesting.
knows his portfolio and what he's interested in, and lines it up. And he just walks in blind. So when you see on an episode where the deal falls through or it doesn't
Because
work out,
they mislead their
It's
earnings
legit.
or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it
It's
happens-
legit.
It happens
It's one of the
regularly.
few real reality shows.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not sure
crazy.
if they have a writer on it or not, but he is actually doing this thing that you're watching him do, and it's fascinating.
And it's his real money, and it's really real people, and he's trying to create jobs.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's-
Plus, he's a good counselor type. He's really a caring. It seems like a really caring,
It's a
nice person.
fascinating show. It's on CNBC if you want to watch it. It's The Prophet. It's kind of a kind of a more substantive and even almost
The
redemptive
guy sees
version of
potential in
Shark
people and invests in their potential.
It's awesome. If you're an entrepreneurial minded person, and you have dreams, watch The Prophet. It'll help you think through stuff.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Anyway,
What do you have, Eddie?
Yeah.
I didn't have anything to add to that. Sorry.
This was a paid
I think you
advertisement
should
for it.
I think you should do Undercover Boss at Relevant. And the only way it's going to work is if you go through.
He's got a little
If
tiny
you're going to have
mustache.
to go through when you watch the Lord of the Rings or something, and they have to sit through 4 hours of makeup to totally change your appearance. You're going to need to be able to commit to getting ready for work at 4 a.m.
You know
so
what
that we can disguise you thoroughly enough that no one on
this.
staff
It's going to be like that
recognizes you.
SNL sketch where Kylo Ren was supposed to be
Right,
undercover.
it's totally right. My favorite part of Undercover Boss though is when they bust him and they know that the employee knows that the person is in a terrible disguise and that's the real boss.
Yeah.
And that first 10 minutes of them smiling and being this is how you paint a wall, trying so hard to, and then they finally, that's my favorite part of it because they're such terrible actors.
Yeah, well, and plus when the disguises are terrible, when it's when Larry David had his fatwa disguise and it was just a shaggy red, shaggy wig and a mustache. Cameron, that's what you need to do. You need to show up with a ridiculous wig and mustache, okay, fake one, and that everyone can tell is you, but no one ever lets on, and you never let on that we know it's you, and do it Undercover Boss that way. I think it'd be very insightful for it.
And a very special episode of Undercover Boss.
Yes.
Small businesses. Undercover Boss, Small Business Edition.
Right. Right.
Cameron, we can totally tell that's you. That is a mustache and an afro.
And also-
and you're like, no, I've never met this
And
man
also,
before.
where did Cameron go today? Where is he? Never said he was going to be out of the office. And it's just,
And then the new employee,
it's just
Bill, shows up.
It's just you. Yeah. And you sitting at your own
And you
desk.
keep forgetting what your name is. What I tell you it was Bill? Will? I don't know. It doesn't matter.
They did
tell
that.
me about this Cameron guy.
That's
I
what
haven't met
happened
him
on
yet.
an episode of Undercover Boss. The boss himself was just so shaky, was just not good at it, that he was supposed to be Bill, but his actual name was Steve, and he just immediately 2 seconds into the show walks up and is like, "Hey, I'm Steve. I'm sorry."
Episode ruined.
Yeah, it was. And the guy's like, "Oh, cool. Yeah, you're in charge of the company." It was amazing. I would like to bring this to your attention. Do you all pay attention to movie reviews? If you're going to watch something just randomly on Netflix and you're like, "Oh, that looks interesting," will you check Rotten Tomatoes?
Nah.
No.
So you asked, do you read movie reviews? I don't, but I do check Rotten Tomatoes. I
Okay.
look at consensus.
Okay, me too.
Yeah.
Do you read the review? You said-
No, I don't.
And you
Because
don't do
because I don't trust either one. I don't trust the critics rating or the users.
Why is that?
I usually find that critics are looking for something different than I am, as just a guy who doesn't want to understand much about movies. I just want to go be entertained.
I see.
I understand a lot about music, so when I'm listening to music, I'm listening to it analytically,
Right.
And I write, and so when I'm reading, I'm looking at it critically as well because I'm an editor.
Right.
So the movies are the one place where I'm I don't want to know things.
That's really smart.
All I want to know, is do I like this or not?
Right.
And then on the other side of the non-critic percentages, it's like, well, I mean, I don't know these people. You know, like their taste might be totally different than mine.
To that end,
but if Rotten Tomatoes says like 9%,
right,
maybe it's not that great.
I have a very different
but here's the thing.
Yes.
I like movies that score extremely low as much as I like ones that are extremely high. Like for different reasons, but it's like if a movie gets under 10%, I gotta see it.
Right,
I gotta
but that's
see
like
why
a
it was so
novelty on
terrible. I gotta see what went wrong.
It's the middle of the bell curve that's problematic, where it's like 42%. You're like, this is actually
not
just
bad enough for me to watch out of curiosity.
This is just going to be boring. So I'm totally Rotten Tomatoes or whatever the IMDb score is, and like just like you, Cameron, like just look at the consensus and be like, all right, 60 or above, I'll watch it.
Yeah,
we'll
right.
Just watch it.
I don't need. I'm the same way. If it's like in general a positive movie experience, I'll watch it.
So researchers at the USC Annenberg School of Communications, for Communication and Journalism, the irony that I was unable to make it through that, wrote that 82. They did a huge study of all like the major movie critics that are out there today that are actually making these and influencing these Rotten Tomatoes scores. So of the 100 top grossing films of last year, 82% of the reviews of those were done by, wait for it, shockingly, white men. And yes, and so people who are in underrepresented racial and ethnic backgrounds penned a mere 18% of the reviews of those movies. It's so, and it finds that the people that are watching the movies represent about 39%. Like people that are underrepresented represent a much higher percentage than those who are actually reviewing it. So I'm going to say it got me thinking. It sounds like a Calvin transition, which it's not, but it was just really, I found that to be fascinating because just over 20% of them also are women. So we are basically taking the majority of our movie opinion, like Rotten Tomatoes essentially, is what do white guys think of a movie? And even if they're good white guys, right, like nice men, they're still going to be looking at it through a certain lens. And they're saying that is actually really shown in movies like, what was the super funny movie with Tiffany Haddish where
Girls Trip?
Yeah, like that did not rate as high.
Right.
But if you watch it, a white guy is going to watch that movie and miss some of the nuance of that and not necessarily be giving it the review that someone else would be, that a woman would be, or someone who's African-American, or like just not a white guy. And it was the same. The same was true of Wonder Woman. You know, such a great movie, but that white guys weren't necessarily as responsive to it. And so there is this, this movement afoot when we talk about, a couple of years ago, Oscar So White. It's to making the reviews more diverse as well, because we really are being fed like, here's what you'll like by generally white men.
Should we advocate? I mean, obviously more diversity in who newspapers and websites hire to do the reviews. Fine, great. Yeah. But should we advocate also for clarity of like, do you think there should be like almost like on Rotten Tomatoes, like a filter of, white male, female, minority, like to look at like, what are the, that 18% that are minority reviewers, can I just filter it and look at only at what they say about the film? Yeah. And cause it may rate a lot higher.
Yeah. I was thinking of it almost like the what's the index, the top 100?
NASCAR.
The NASDAQ.
I've invested a lot on the NASCAR index, and I'm waiting to see my money. I have no idea what it is.
Jesse, it's cyclical. I mean, the money comes around every year.
Literally, though, I have no idea. I went on the NASCAR index website, put in a significant amount of money, and who knows?
It's all gone. It's all absolutely gone.
I've never seen it again.
To me, like, I think the filter is an interesting idea. I also think like a smaller representative pool of like, these are a trusted group of, say 100 reviews that represent
Peter Travers at Rolling Stone. That kind of person.
Right. But also like making sure that group is representative of the people that are also reading and that gets kind of messy.
Would you advocate for just society, like actual demographic representation. So it's like if this group is 9% of the population, is 9% of the reviews that are shown, or are you saying should it shift?
I kind of wouldn't.
Where minority voices are more dominant?
I would kind of go for the latter because I'd rather be pushed to like experience something that it's pretty easy for me to figure out what a white guy would like. Like if Jason Sudeikis film, that's going to score. My people are going to be pretty into that, right? Doesn't mean it's a bad movie, but I would love to
Jason
know.
Bateman, Jason Sudeikis.
Right. It doesn't matter. It's all the same.
Any of the Jasons.
Yeah. I don't love the, like, it's just representative because then I feel like you don't grow as a people. I feel like the art doesn't grow.
I think the filter idea could work too, because maybe I'm as a white guy interested in seeing what African American reviewers are thinking about these films, and it just educates me and expands me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that too. But I think it's definitely also just one of those moments of being aware that when I look at a Rotten Tomatoes score of a perfectly wonderful movie and it says it scores at 60%, you got to think, okay, it's 60% of a majority of white men saying that was not a movie that they were. No, and it's not to say that it is a good movie, but it's like it's almost like the first filter has to just be my own eyes.
But don't you
mind.
think that that's why they added the audience score? Because like obviously the audience for the Tiffany Haddish film is gonna be off the charts. And if I'm looking at critics at 50% and audience at 95, I'm gonna go, yeah, the critics didn't get it. It's going to be fun. I'm going.
Yes, and generally I like that as well. The only problem with that is they're such tastemakers. They can they can destroy a movie before it's ever seen, and so
like Waterworld.
You don't So you have a terrible opening weekend. So then you're pulling from a much smaller sample because the word on the street is this movie's terrible. I'm not even going to waste my time.
Yeah, there's a power imbalance there too, just in the sense of like saying like these are the people who know what they're talking about.
Right.
They're all white men.
Right.
They're the first people that get to talk about the movie. They get to, they get to set the tone for how that movie is going to perform in some ways.
And also this article was clear to say like there are many very popular like underrepresented critics who are doing like incredible work. Like there are great voices there. The problem is just the overall sample size is
like Wesley Morris. Wesley Morris, the movie reviewer, he won a Pulitzer for movie reviews. Like, and he's a person of color, and like you said, there are those voices out there. Yeah.
All right, what do you have, Andre?
Okay, so there is an anonymous group of Star Wars fans that are trying to crowdfund a remake of The Last Jedi because they hated The Last Jedi so much. Some have called it, quote unquote, blasphemous.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the last movie.
Sorry, I've already shown my hand here.
The filmmaker who did it, is that Ryan Johnson?
Yeah.
I saw it because I follow him on Twitter. He retweeted this and said he's all for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's making fun of them.
Yeah, I think that he's trolling them a bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Well, I love it.
I thought it was a great movie.
Well, I'll let you finish the whole story there, Andre. Then I'll give you my commentary.
Well, yeah, I mean, some Star Wars fans that hated The Last Jedi have gotten really extreme about this. They chased Marie Tran off of the internet,
I know, and
off
she's
of Instagram.
So sweet.
With their racist comments, about her name, body shaming comments, all that kind of thing, saying that her part was so useless. And I know like it's just an opinion about a character, but that's also somebody's work. You know what I mean? Like that's like somebody reading relevant articles and being like, yeah, this slice was a waste of time. Like, okay, maybe it was, but
that's our typical Wednesday meeting.
But it's still my work. You know what I mean?
Right.
Hey, so you guys saying don't do the Mr. Peanut take today? Okay, it's listen to the consensus here.
So
I'll take it personally.
That new employee Bill's super opinionated today. I don't know.
So they're trying to raise $200 million to make their own version of The Last Jedi.
Oh my! Please send that money to people who are being displaced from their families. Right. Please help end slavery. Please do anything except for remake.
Hey, here's the thing, Eddie. I think all of those are worthy causes, but and I don't support the bullying. I think that's awful, and people need to get a life. Like that's totally ridiculous. But I would love the idea of the director and Disney and whoever owns the rights and goes, you know what? You think you can do better? Go for it. Do it. Because I mean, who wouldn't watch that movie, even if it's 4 for the wrong reasons, I would totally watch like a fan-made version of one of these franchises just to see how, like, I'm sure it's very hard to make a Star Wars movie, but like, go for it. Do it. Let's see it.
That's my question is like, who do they think they're going to get to work on this film? Even if they raise the money, like, do they think they're going to get Mark Hamill and other people who starred in the actual movie to be a part of this?
No, this is going to be like The Room or something. Or it's going to be like a weird
That's why
recut.
they should do it.
Yeah, it's going to be. Yeah, that is actually a great point. Right.
Like, I want to see amateur people who have nothing but passion, right? They have no discernible filmmaking skill or experience, no connections, and very little money. All they have is unbridled, misguided passion. Go for it. That's a recipe for awesomeness. Just do it. I want to see it.
I just thought it was, I thought it was great. And I liked the movie. I realized people were not pleased with the way it ended, but like, was it generally panned?
I think
I thought it was popular.
We have a couple Star Wars nerds in the office, and they didn't like it as much. And then the people like me who are just, I have to go because Cohen likes them, and I enjoyed it. And the fact that like more people like me enjoyed it, the hardcore nerds.
Why didn't they like it?
It pivoted the narrative. The Star Wars fans that want to do this are because it's taking the franchise in the wrong direction. They feel like everything that comes after it will have to address the things that happened in this movie, and they don't want that direction. I think is the core.
Yeah.
But why were they bullying that actress? Was it a personal attack thing or like her character in that storyline? Because I heard critics saying that the storyline was superfluous and unnecessary and kind of dragged the story down. But then why would they go after her as a person?
And this gives me an opportunity to say her name right. It's Kelly Marie Tran. It was a bit of both. I mean, there were people who criticized her character and the character's role in the story, and I get that. I mean, it was a little bit random to have like that love story between her character and Finn. It didn't necessarily add a whole lot to the overall plot.
Does anyone think she wrote that? She was just
That's
like,
the thing.
she's like a normal person
That's
who,
the thing.
oh my gosh, landed Star Wars and is freaking out.
Why are they coming at her about it? And then it also became like, personal too, with people making comments about her body, people making jokes about her name, like Ching Chong and stuff like that, like typical racist stuff.
Stuff you would figure would happen in a Star Wars chat room.
But don't you remember like when movies would like, I remember like when Godfather 3 came out, right?
Those hateful nerds all get.
But just like everybody hated that movie. Like
a bunch of hateful racist nerds hanging
I mean,
out.
Godfather 3 is awful.
Right. But we're not attacking, like, it's
The
not
actors.
It's not a personal thing. It's just like a movie. So decimate the movie, but we're talking about racism here. It doesn't know logic. So
hate doesn't know logic. That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that'll do it for Slices. Stay tuned. Up next, Hillsong Young and Free joins us.
Back with a passion, and I left all of the pain in the past tense. And they tell me when it rains that it pours down, and that every hurricane is a savage. I didn't miss the last day once I passed it. Now they're giving AK to the masses. It's the land of the brave and the fascists. I just need someone to pray for me, Pastor. Shepherds say you love me, then you'll feed my sheep. Ain't no running from it, I'ma slay the beast. I'ma say my peace to my enemies. If they coming for me, tell them say la vie.
You're listening to No Big Deal. One word. Great new Christian rapper. At the beginning of the podcast, you heard R.L. Grime with I Want to Know, featuring Daya. Well, this week's show is brought to you by Squarespace. Whether you need a landing page, a beautiful gallery, a professional blog, or an online store, it's all included with your Squarespace website. Creating your site with Squarespace is a simple, intuitive process. You can add and arrange your content and features with a click of a mouse. If you sign up for a year, you'll receive a custom domain for free. And you can even design a best-in-class online store with their award-winning templates, customizable settings, and more, all without a single plugin. They give you all the tools you need to run a great shop.
I was reminded of the greatness of Squarespace yesterday. I was in there tweaking with a page that I'm trying to rebuild, and it was so easy. And I'm such a terrible designer, and it just looks great.
Yeah, Squarespace makes the junk mad easy.
There you go.
That's their new slogan.
Makes stuff mad easy. Right now they're offering Relevant Podcast listeners a special deal. Go to squarespace.com/relevant for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch your site, use the offer code relevant to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. There you go. Squarespace, set your website apart. Hillsong Young and Free is a worship group from Hillsong Church that mixes spiritually focused lyrics and worshipful music with EDM production and pop sensibilities. This week, they've released their brand new album, 3. It's I, if you're Googling it. Kind of like the Super Bowl. We got to talk to the band about what inspired the album and walked through some of its best songs with them. Here is Hillsong Young and Free.
Worship as a genre is a pretty crowded market. So when you guys are starting a new project, starting a new record, how are you trying to distinguish yourselves from all of the other stuff that's out there?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great question. I think for us, we've battled that a lot. I think, when we were starting Young and Free, and even Youth Revival on the last album we did, it was always a conversation like, how are we going to be different? What are we going to bring? And I think one thing that I feel like has become true to us is you just got to be yourself, and the guys that are on the team and the people that make up Young and Free, I think naturally bring something different because, we're all different, and that's the same for any worship art. I think whatever people bring, I think is unique to them. And obviously, the Christian genre is pretty boxed in terms of music-wise. I think for us, we just really intentional with making sure that, the songs that we bring it honest to us, and, the guys in the team are obviously listening to the craziest broad range of music. So, we've got people that love hip hop right through to rock. And so I think, when we all come together, I think we create something, unique. And I feel like we've had moments where we strive to be something because we feel like that's what we need to be. We need to be the pop, the up band. That's what we bring, which I do think is important. I do think it is our mandate, but I do feel like instead of trying to force those things, I think you just got to bring what's real. And I think that's how we've kind of overcome that, or tried to, I think, just stay, I guess, relevant and stay true to us.
So I let go and I let love show me life like it's supposed to be. On oasis, here awaits us all the freedom I'll ever need. Now I'm alive. When I let go and I fall.
On the other end of that dynamic is the listener. So what do you hope stands out to the listener when taking in the album?
Yeah, I mean, I do hope that people feel like we're taking them on a little step, the next step for Young and Free. I think there's a lot of stuff that does sound like, the typical Young and Free. And I think, but then as well, there's this next step of what we're doing. And, I feel like the takeaway, I just hope people, when they listen to this, is that they don't feel I just hope that they feel this sense of peace and joy. And I think even just sounds like a strange word to say, but just relaxation, just knowing that, things are going to be good, and know that God is, obviously faithful. But I think for us, this album is, I've said it before, a little bit like a light at the end of the tunnel kind of album, for us, because I feel like when we started, Young and Free, we were a lot younger. And so I think a lot of our songs thematically and were quite, lovey-dovey God songs, which are amazing because that's what's true to us at the time.
Right.
But I feel like, that's 5-6 years ago. We've gotten older, and I think we're starting to realize that life actually is crazy, and that has highs and lows, and it's, it's this wild kind of journey. You don't understand that when you're young so much, and I think as we've grown older, we've understood actually, you know what, God's faithful through it all. And seeing I think the coolest thing about this album is, we can look around. I can look around at the songs and go, okay, cool. I know who wrote that because I know what they were going through last year, and I know that this is a prayer answered, or I know that this is now a prayer for a season that they're going through, and maybe on the next record there'll be a prayer answered. Do you know what I mean? So I think for us, I just pray that for people, this will be an album filled with hope for them.
I'd like to talk about some particular songs. If you could highlight one song that you would identify as being particularly challenging to put together on the album, which song would you say? What comes to mind?
I mean, challenging in no, I mean, to be honest, like, and I'm not even just saying this to say that every song was so hard. Like, it was, I think because we felt like I was saying before, because we felt like no one really, like, we didn't have to do this album. We felt like this pressure to make it awesome, amazing, the best thing ever. And we worked for so long with, you know, kind of no deadline. So it was kind of like we just had to do it. So everything was hard. But I think one song for me, I mean, Highs and Lows is a song that was kind of, it's like the last song on the record, which is a song that I wrote with Joel Houston from United and Ben Tan. And that wasn't so difficult to write, but it was more difficult to go to that place about what it's about. And, you know, thinking about, you know, the last couple of years and, you know, the season we've been through, I think going into that space, that was difficult. And I think we also felt like when we wrote it, like it felt, you know, when Ben and I started that song, it felt so special. And like, you know, how it all came about was like beautiful, this moment of worship, like him and I together. And it felt like really important. And so we wanted to do right. And so that took like 2 years to kind of get, you know, on and off, but over the course of 2 years trying to get the right lyric to sit on that song. So that was pretty difficult.
Highs and lows, Lord, you're with me the way it goes. Should I rise or should I fall? Even so, Lord, your mercy is an even flow. Should I rise or should I fall?
The last thing I wanted to ask about is, you know, such a huge part of the Hillsong experience and especially part of Young and Free is everyone thinks of the live show. And I'm curious, in relation to this record, what song are you especially excited to perform for the people?
We've been doing a bunch of them today at Forward, and we're doing some more tonight. So we've got like, we're doing like a new song thing. I think, oh man, that's like, so far, like everything's done. We've done pretty much almost nearly the entire album, actually, to be honest, live. We did some stuff at church back last week. Everything feels pretty awesome. I think it just feels good to sing new songs, you know? Yeah, I don't know if I have a particular song. I think everything, it's different, you know, because I feel like when we've been doing the same stuff for like the last 3 years, it's like anything new is just amazing. And I feel like it's a lot of the songs are forcing us to be different on stage because a lot of it's no longer that 4 on the floor 130 thing anymore. So yeah, we've got to think about how to move.
Everything will be alright.
That was Hillsong Young and Free. Stay tuned. Up next, it's our Listener of the Week.
Oh, it's got a hold on me. It's got a love and stable. Oh, it's got a hold on me. It's got a love and stable. Oh, it's got a hold on me. It's got a love and stable. Oh, it's got a hold on me.
You're listening to Rye. The song is Phoenix. It's the Little Dragon remix. There you go. Okay, well, it's time for our Listener of the Week.
You listen to the show, and it's time to get to know you. It's the Listener of the Week.
All right, Jesse, our Listener of the Week this week, you chose, because there's 3 interesting facts that we found out about her. For those of you who are new to the show, every week we ask you guys to tweet us 3 interesting facts about yourself, and Jesse scours them relentlessly. He has spreadsheets, calculators, and he chooses one every week. And this week we are welcoming Jillian Ellen to the show.
Hello.
Hi, Jillian. Before Jesse reads your 3 interesting facts, where are you calling us from?
I'm calling you at work in St. Louis, Missouri.
St. Louis, Missouri. What do you do for a profession?
I am an ICU nurse.
Jillian.
Oh wow.
My name is Eddie. It's nice to meet
Hi,
you, Jillian.
Eddie.
Hey, that's crazy that you're an ICU nurse. Is that?
Can I ask?
No, Jesse, you can't. I'm in the middle of talking to like, don't you hear me? Like
you said it's crazy you're an ICU nurse, period. pause. I'm just trying to fill in the gaps because you're making it
I
weird for
would
Jillian.
like to defer my time to Jesse, who I'm sure has a really interesting question for our friend. Go ahead, Jesse.
Go for it.
No, well, I was going to say, Jillian, if you're a lot of people when they do these, they step out of work for a few minutes. Right. I think, and I really want to speak to you today, but I feel like if you're an ICU nurse and you're at work, this might not be the best use of time. Are you at work right now? And is there any patients while waiting for you?
Yeah, I have one patient right now. I'm about to get another patient from the OR.
I love that. This is being the relevant more listener of the week is a life or death decision.
This person is in the middle of a massive peanut allergy. You're about to have to jam a tube down his throat, but you're like, hold on. I'm the listener of the week.
I need to go further on with the podcast for a minute. Okay, so Jillian's 3 facts. Number 1, born during an earthquake.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Did it affect? Do you have memories of this?
No, but I called my mom yesterday to get all the facts for you guys.
Okay, so what happened?
Okay.
So I was born in St. Louis, and there's like a minor fault line here, I guess. And while she was getting her C-section of me, so she wasn't in labor, but she said she remembers seeing like they had like hanging lights that were in the operating room, I guess, and they were like all of a sudden they just started to like sway, and people were like, "What's going on? What's going on?" And they're like, "I don't know. We'll go see." But like it wasn't a major earthquake, but it was an earthquake.
Question.
While I was being born.
After you were born, did 3 wise men show up?
Great question.
I was going to say, it just sounds like the birth of an important person.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
I usually tell people I came into the world with a boom, and that's a little fun fact I use all the time.
Yeah.
See, that should have been the fact that you wrote down. You should have said that, and then we would have been like, "What was that?"
Came into the world with
earthquake.
a literal boom.
I should have. I should have left you in some mystery. I'm sorry.
The earth split open.
Yes.
The moment you entered.
The curtain was torn. There you are.
All right, fact number 2.
Because her first fact was shaky at best. Again, that's shaky at best. Jillian born during an earthquake.
Fact number 2. Jillian almost got kicked out of a piano bar for chanting USA very loudly.
No, you don't ever apologize for that. What happened?
Don't say sorry, whatever you did.
So I was downtown Chicago for my friend's bachelorette party.
Oh, yeah.
And we were at a piano bar, and it was like a Wednesday night. So it wasn't
What country were you in?
I was going to say, were you in Canada when you did this?
You had a mess, too. Just a hot mess.
No, Chicago. So I guess I should have said that. So we were sitting on like a high top table with bar stools. Yeah. Okay. And I think what they didn't like was the fact that we were like standing on the bar stools because they were a little worried that
Jillian,
we would
you were
fall
a mess,
into our
weren't
heads, which does happen because we have gotten patients in my hospital who have fallen off a bar stool and had a like brain bleed. But Party in the USA was being played, and we were super pumped, of course. And so right at the end, we started chanting USA. Right. And the bouncer dude was like, "I'm going to need you to sit down right now. You're going to have to be kicked out if you keep this up." So we weren't even like super obnoxious. We were just super excited about the song.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Here's what's confusing to me. Here's what's confusing about this situation to me. Yeah. I'm not a lawyer. I've been disbarred.
Are or are not?
Are not technically a lawyer in the American legal system, I will say. But my understanding of the law is that if you're shouting USA, you can do anything that it's not illegal. Like if I'm going 100 miles down the highway, and my windows are down, and I'm chanting USA. Legally, I can't get pulled over.
It's like Nixon said,
right?
If the president does it, it's not illegal,
right?
So
I mean, you're chanting USA
by proxy. You have the same protections
in that moment. So
that's right.
It's very baffling to me that you would get kicked out for that.
Almost got kicked out. Almost. She was told probably to sit down.
We behaved ourselves after that, but we were just feeling our patriotic pride.
You should have left in defiance. Who would want to hang out in a bar that doesn't allow you to chant USA whenever you want?
Yeah, Jillian, you tell us that bar, and we all go to Chicago every once in a while. We will go in there and chant USA.
You ever seen those like shopping sprees that they used to do on Nickelodeon where the kid would run through the toy store with a shopping cart and just fill it, and he had like a timer? You can do that in shoplift. If you're yelling USA while you're screaming in a grocery store, just throwing stuff in a shopping cart, that's not illegal. It's actually illegal. Encouraged in some states. Right. So I'm just throwing that out there.
All right, Jillian's third fact. She once crowd surfed during an audio adrenaline concert. In the
Yes, you did,
So
Jillian.
sick.
Yep, you betcha.
So when music is being played, you like to be elevated, is what we're learning. You like to you get on the bar stool, you get on top of the crowd.
Yeah, you can say
Jillian
that.
brings
sure.
a party. You just get a sense that by day, she's working really hard, she's saving lives, but when she needs to exhale all that, she's going to get kicked out of something. She's going to be floating on something.
I like to think she brings it
somehow.
I like to think she brings it to the ICU. I mean, that's kind of what you want in your ICU nurse. Somebody who's going to kind of
really bring just craziness.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about the nursing profession, but that feels like what I don't want. I want a very unremarkable ICU nurse that just keeps me alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty important. There's a few other things we know how to do besides have a good time.
I want an ICU nurse that will ignore me and be on podcasts. That's what I would. That's what I look for.
Yeah, you're our favorite ICU nurse.
Two quick things. I'm not familiar with the Audio Adrenaline catalog, so I don't know the name of the slow song. So I'm assuming you were ironically crowd surfing during their slowest, most worship of these songs. That's what I'm assuming. And two,
don't even remember. It was just such an amazing experience that I totally blanked on whatever song it was. But there is a picture of me actively crowd surfing.
What era?
Yeah, I was about to say it depends on the era of audio.
Is it the Mark? Is it Mark or is it
was it the
a couple weeks ago?
The Nirvana era? Because there's an era in the 90s where they were like ripping off Nirvana pretty hard.
Yeah.
I think it was in 2006, so I don't know.
That's right around when Mark Stewart left.
Gotcha.
Was it the original lead singer?
It was at Cornerstone, actually.
Oh, perfect.
Jesse was probably there.
I might have witnessed that. I do have another question for you. We're coming up on 4th of July. You're an ICU nurse. Is that like the Black Friday of your industry?
Jesse.
Oh, yeah. We have several of them a year, like every Friday the 13th, every full moon, holidays, especially summertime, like sun's out, guns out, unfortunately.
Oh, my gosh.
Final question before you go back and try to revive the person that's needed you for quite a while. Obviously, Annie is not on the show today. Yeah. We've had a theory on the last show that I would like to make sure we remember on this show. The theory is that she's not actually in China, though she says she is.
What?
Yeah. He thinks it's like a fake moon landing.
Yeah, I don't.
She's just filming and.
I'm sure you're disappointed that Annie was not on the show.
I am. I'm not going to lie, guys. She's like my favorite.
She's like your favorite, or is your favorite?
She is my favorite. I'm a big fangirl.
Yeah, that was Jillian, the ICU nurse, joining us today. Thanks so much for being. But do you believe that she actually went to China, or do you believe that it's a conspiracy?
I think she's in China. She was eating some weird food I saw on Instagram or something.
You can get weird foods anywhere, though.
Yeah, Jillian.
I don't know. I mean,
trust me.
The truth is out there.
Where else would she be? Is she just making this all up in Nashville?
Mm-hmm.
Possibly. Jillian, if anyone should knows you can eat a lot of weird stuff, it should be an ICU nurse, to be fair.
Yeah.
That's true. How could I forget?
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us, Jillian. We're very sorry that Annie was not here.
Yeah. Sorry.
To talk to you.
I still love you guys. You guys are great.
Thank you. We also care about you. Say love because it feels like, I don't know, maybe.
You don't have to go 0 to 100 with somebody. It's a new relationship. You got to feel
a
it
nice
out.
person. All right. She's got a code
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
All right. Talk to you later. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. It was nice meeting you.
Okay. Well, like we said earlier, if you want to be the listener of the week.
And I'd like to just add, if you're a fan of only one of us that are in this room, because it's like, we
Keep
get
it to yourself.
Keep it to yourself. Annie. Yeah. Bravery and courage and books, we got them. If you like the very gentle form of humor that we bring, go ahead and submit your 3 facts.
It is funny for me on Twitter to see the people talk about the fact that so-and-so is my favorite.
Oh, yes.
I've seen the Annies. I've seen the Andres. I've seen the Eddies. I've seen the Jessies.
Yes.
Been doing this for 13 years.
Yes.
Where is the love?
Never once seen anybody.
Oh, my God.
But I think that is because you are not anyone's favorite.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm okay with that.
And that's fine.
I'm okay with that.
No, maybe you're just a given.
I do think it's, I think when they say it about one of us, it's more of like a novelty. Like, of course, this is like Cameron's whole thing, but it's interesting because I actually like Eddie on the show. Like, it was more like they're surprised.
Maybe it's a given.
Thanks for making me feel better.
Yeah, maybe
we got, and if you really look at the statistics, we've got however many 100,000 people listening. I get one of those a month. so
you go on a trip and there's
every month, but
The way that they show that you are their favorite is by listening to this show faithfully for years.
Dude, thank you, man. Andre, I like you, man. Thank
also,
you.
I'm going to try to take the time to personally rip apart everyone that just heard this and then comments on Twitter. Like, oh, Cameron, you know you're my favorite.
We're going to troll the crap out of you.
I am going to do my very, very best to push back against your pandering, and I will block you if you're just a normal old person. So just get ready for this.
That's so funny. All right. Well, many thanks to Hillsong Young and Free for joining us this week. Their new album 3 is out now. Go check it out. You can also follow them on Twitter at Young and Free.
Ooh, did you just get the text from Jillian?
What?
Her patient did not make it.
Oh,
no, that's not true. I don't know.
Oh, no.
Oh, even Chandler got an no. I thought that was right. That was like a joke made for you. I made that for you. When you do an no, I know that I'm no one's favorite anymore.
Well, many thanks also to Squarespace for making the episode possible. Remember, go to squarespace.com/relevant for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch your website, use the offer code RELEVANT to save 10% off your first purchase of a site or domain.
Yes.
Hey, the new issue of Relevant is dropping this week. Go over to relevantmagazine.com and check it out. You can view the whole issue there. Leon Bridges is the cover story. There's a ton of great content. It is packed. You can view the issue there. You can pick it up on newsstands nationwide, Barnes & Nobles, a lot of other stores, although it's hard to find a newsstand anymore. So one of my friends was in Portland and he was at Powell's. Fantastic. One of the best bookstores in America.
Yeah.
Sent a picture of Relevant right there on the front row. Like, thank God for Powell's, man.
I should look. I never look in newsstands, but I should look. It'd be neat to see
if
this.
It's a bigger one. It's not your airports and your grocery stores. We're not there.
No.
But if it's like a Barnes and Nobles or a Powell's,
or they have more of like a taste section,
like
it's not just
range.
like the generic.
Yeah.
Like they're going to sell fine food,
and they stick us in the religion and spirituality section, and there's like 8 of us, and it's a lot of new age weirdos, CT and us. So it's
interesting company.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So,
but they put us in the front.
CT,
because we have,
us, Modern Witch,
Bewitching, Crystallology Today,
Witch Monthly.
Crystallology.
A lot of witch stuff, a lot of witch zines.
huge amount of witch and Wiccan publications out there.
and then Relevant, right in the front of the stack.
Yeah.
One's just a big catalog of spells.
But it's just like one old dusty book that you just don't even want to open.
It's like a Hogwarts spell book. I don't know why that's out there.
That's right. and then us, and we're honored to be there.
Oh man, and thanks to Jillian for joining us as well. It's fun. All right, well on that note, we'll wrap it up.
For us, I don't know if it was fun for Jillian.
It was not fun, or her patients. It was not fun for them.
No.
Yeah. On that note, we'll wrap it. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Eddie Koffoltz.
I'm Andre Henry.
I'm Chandler String.
I'm Jesse Carey.
We'll see you next Wednesday, July 4th.
Thank you for listening to the Relevant Podcast. If you like what you heard, be sure to leave us a review on iTunes. Check out other shows from the Relevant Podcast Network in the podcast section at relevantmagazine.com. And while you're there, browse exclusive podcast merchandise at our online store. Make sure to subscribe to Relevant Magazine. Info is available at relevantmagazine.com/subscribe.
Just you and me. Yeah, I wanna know if you're gonna be there. 'Cause it's hard to believe or see. Why do I get the feeling?
I've invested a lot on the NASCAR index, and I'm waiting to see my money. I have no idea where it is right now.
Relevant Podcast Network.
Time is precious, and so are our pets. So time with our pets is extra precious. That's why we started Dutch. Dutch provides 24/7 access to licensed vets with unlimited virtual visits and follow-ups for up to 5 pets. You can message a vet at any time and schedule a video visit the same day. Our vets can even prescribe medication for many ailments, and shipping is always free. With Dutch, you'll get more time with your pets and year-round peace of mind when it comes to their vet care. Go to Dutch.com to get vet care that is always there for just $92 a year.